All right, welcome back, fail-safe investors. Welcome back. I miss y'all so much, man, that I had to come back. I had to make more videos. Sorry I've been away for so long, but none of that matters right now. I'm back. So today I got a special video for you all. This is a stock that I invest in personally. This is a stock that is in my own portfolio. This is a stock that I do believe that could possibly either flip 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 or 5. Who knows? Only the future knows. Only time will tell. And in today's video, I'm pretty much gonna make my case for this company. So stay tuned for the special treat and let's get it, let's do it. Let's go. Okay, so the name of this company is called Tapestry. Yes, you heard me correctly, Tapestry, ticker symbol TPR. So let me tell you a little thing about Tapestry. Now, Tapestry is like a conglomerate that owns multiple fashion houses under its name. So under the Tapestry name, you've probably heard of its main brand that they own that probably brings in most of their revenue. Yes, the Coach brand. So if you have Coach, that is pretty much Tapestry Incorporated. Side note, I didn't know until I bought this wallet that if you do purchase anything leather from Coach, if that leather starts to crack, wither away, or whatever, you can always take it back to them. You don't have to take it back to that same exact store, but you can take it back to them, whether it's from the outlet store or whatever, and they will either replace that product or give you a store credit for that amount. So if you do purchase a Coach product, you can always take it back if the leather goes bad. Remember that. So that's the main brand under Tapestry, but then the other brand you also might know is Kate Spade, which is like a woman's handbag brand. They make a lot of handbags, but they don't just make handbags. Like I've seen Kate Spade phone cases, computer cases, sneakers, like all type of things. I'm gonna be honest with you. And then the other brand is Stuart Weissman. I'm probably saying that wrong, but Stuart Weissman is like a shoe company, or they mainly deal in women's shoes to be exact, and they're not cheap. Like Stuart Weissman, if you go to their website, it kind of gets up there. It's pretty expensive. Let's just say someone living check to check probably won't be able to buy these shoes. You probably afford them, but you probably won't be buying these shoes on a regular or anything like that. So the reason why I invest in Tapestry and the reason why I think this company will probably either double my money or triple my money, and that's like a high possibility, and then in the best case scenario, probably 5 times my money. The reason why I think that Tapestry will bring me a great return back is because it is significantly undervalued. So I'm gonna give you a couple metrics, and I want to know what you think. I'm gonna give you a couple measures and I want to know what you think. So Tapestry, ticker symbol TPR, is selling for around $15 a share. During the making of this video, I was buying the shares at like $12, $13 a share, but it's $15 a share currently. It has a market cap of $4 billion. I was purchasing them when the market cap was around $3 billion, so that should let you know there's something right there. But before I give you the PE ratio on the earnings per share, I just want to throw out there that Tapestry brings in a revenue of $6 billion. So if you were like a multi-billionaire and you wanted to purchase this company, you could buy the entire company for $4 billion. And that company will bring you a revenue of $6 billion. Now the net, what you keep after that is like $600 million, but this company is making more money than it's actually worth. It has more money in assets than it's actually worth, but I don't want to jump the gun on here. We'll get to that when I get to the balance sheet and the financial statements. But this company is definitely undervalued. Now, currently, since the company has negative earnings per share, they don't have a price to earnings, of course, but that negative earnings per share comes from the market that we're in today. A lot of companies are going to post negative per shares or negative earnings per share because of the pandemic that we're in right now. So you have to take that into account. But before that, Tapestry brought in $2.22 per share in 2019 and purchased $1 billion of its stock back in 2019. So if you don't know about stock repurchase programs, a lot of companies buy their own stock back, and it kind of dispersed the shares that they brought back amongst the shares that are still outstanding, and that raises the value of each share because you're pretty much bringing those shares back in, having less shares out, and shorter supply, more demand, make the value of the shares go up. Some people say it's artificial inflation, but technically it's not if you truly think about it, because you're bringing the value of those shares back into the company and then dispersing that value amongst the shares that is still outstanding. So it's not really artificial inflation if you really think about it. So Coach been around for a very long time. I'm gonna focus on Coach, and I'm gonna go through Kate Spade and Stuart Weissman, but Coach been around for a very long time, more than 75 years to be exact. And they're really subtle about how they advertise and who they reach and things like that. So back in 2018, right after Michael B. Jordan did his role in Black Panther, he signed a deal to be the face of Coach Menswear in 2018. Now, I don't know the exact amount of money that they gave him, but I'm pretty sure that he kind of got some type of deal worked out where he got the money. So after Michael B. Jordan came on as the face of Coach Menswear, he also was given his own line, which had like an anime theme, which was like Naruto. So if you like the show Naruto and you like Coach, it kind of like went hand in hand. And I'm not gonna lie, his clothing line was fire, like to say the least. Like it was crazy. Like even if you didn't like Coach, you would have liked his clothing line because it didn't have too much brand like name shouting out at you. Like some of his lines or some of his clothing from his line didn't even have like the original Coach symbol on it. It had like its own little thing. So it was sick to say the least. And then for the women's side, they have Selena Gomez, and then they have other celebrities that like pretty much mention their name here and there. So you got to take that into account when you're looking at this company. Like they're very subtle. They've been around for a long time, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion. I'm going to say that. Tapestry's market cap is $4 billion. The Coach brand alone, not even just the brand total, like the Coach brand alone made $4 billion, or a little bit over $4 billion to be exact. But the women's handbag sales from Coach brought in $2.2 billion by itself. So just the women's handbag from Coach netted them $2.2 billion. And not to mention that most of the sales that happens from Coach is literally from Coach. So like they own most of their stores. If you buy a Coach product online from the Coach store, the Coach outlet online, you're buying that directly from Coach. So only about 10% of their sales come from like wholesale, where they sell to like other retailers and then receive that money. So you got to think about that. And then when you bring in like licensing, like Coach cologne, perfume, watches, and all that, they pretty much license their name out for that. That brought in about $53 million in 2019. So they have income. They have a lot of money. Like I said, this market cap is $4 billion. The company revenue alone brings in about $6 billion. Coach alone brings in about $4 billion. So Kate Spade brings in about $1.3 billion. And I still believe that Kate Spade still have some growth because Coach brings in about 70% of the revenue for Tapestry. And then Kate Spade, I think about 22% of the revenue. And then Stuart Weissman, like 9% or something, or 8, something, the way they worked it out. It's crazy. It's a very small percentage of Stuart Weissman brings in revenue. But those are still like brands that have room to grow. Even though Kate Spade been around since 1993, Coach acquired Kate Spade in 2018, and they acquired Stuart Weissman in 2015. So if you look at the history of Tapestry's chart, it hit a peak of like $70 per share before 2015, and then it was kind of like starting to tumble. And then once they bought Stuart Weissman in 2015, they took a nice little stumble, which happens when stock or companies purchase other companies, because the stock price always, or generally, I don't want to say always, but generally tends to go down, or like you have massive sell-offs when companies spend a lot of money to purchase other companies. So you got to look out for things like that. But I look at it as, if I'm in this company for the long run, and if they can detail out their plan for the future for why they bought this company and how this company is going to integrate into their company, then I'll ride out the storm. But yes, so when they purchased Stuart Weissman in 2015, the company took a stumble. The stock share price took a stumble. And then 2018 took another stumble. And so it was around $30 in the beginning of 2020, which was this year, before the pandemic hit. And then after the pandemic hit, it pretty much took a huge dive into like $10 a share range. So in normal circumstances, this company would be selling around $30 a share, and I believe it's worth more than that. Like, I believe the market cap for this company should be, I'd say, about 25 to 30 billion. And if you take that into account with the shares that they have, that would definitely put the share price around like 45, 50, a little bit up in that range. So I would definitely say, or possibly even higher. So I would definitely say this company is undervalued, and that is my case. Now, they do face a little headwind ahead of them because the war between, or the tariffs and all that between China and America, the disagreements, and America putting tariffs on China imports and exports and all of that. Since Tapestry products are made in China or manufactured outside of the United States, you have to pay taxes to import those products, which kind of caps off how much of the product they can import on a single shipment. So that, and they mentioned that on a 10K. I will also note that their 10K is very, very, very detailed. Like, it's a beautiful 10K. So like, they walk you through every step of the process of the company, how it operates in each segment of the company. So Coach has his own segment, Kate Spade has his own segment, and then Stuart Weissman has their own segment. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful 10K. If you've never read a 10K, I would definitely suggest reading Tapestry 10K, because you would definitely walk away with a deeper understanding of the company, and that's what you want to get when you read a 10K. So we can't just end the video there. You know what I always do. I like to end the video with the financial statements. So as I usually do at this time, we're going to jump into the financial statements. So starting off with Tapestry's balance sheet from 2019, they have $1.2 billion in cash on hand, right? So that's a little bit over a quarter of the market cap or the value of the company currently. So they have $1.2 billion on hand, I think about 2.2 or $2.5 billion in current assets versus 900 million, just million, 2.2 or 2.5 billion versus 900 and something million in current liabilities. So just think about that. Like, they could definitely pay off all of their current liabilities with all of their current assets right now. Not to mention that when you look at the total assets, which is $6.8 billion, and put that up against $3.3 billion in total liabilities, this is a great balance sheet. They pretty much have 2 for 1 for assets versus liabilities. That is amazing. That's why I said this company is undervalued. So they definitely have enough money to weather the storm that we're in right now, or another economic downturn. So that is great. Like I mentioned, they own and operate most of their stores, so they can shut down their store. They'll have to pay like the lease and all that, but it's their store. So just have to mention that for the balance sheet. So then when we look at the income statement and cash flow statement, Tapestry brought in a revenue of $6 billion. They had a net profit of about $643 million. And when it comes to the cash flow statement and we look at their capital expenditures, which is $274 million, and subtract that from their net profit, you're left with about $379 million in free cash flow. They have profits. They have cash flow. This company definitely was also paying a dividend before the pandemic, and then they cut the dividend. So this was also a dividend paying stock. So in the long run, this company will be around. They have a diversified portfolio in the fashion world. I will say that. Now, they all three of their companies are in the fashion world, but it's still diversified. So even if Coach kind of falls off, you still have Kate Spade and Stuart Weissman to kind of pick up that slack, and then you also have growth potential in those two other fashion brands at that. So my hopes is that Kate Spade and Stuart Weissman one day is outselling Coach, because if Coach just stays at the level it's at, which is really good, bringing in $4 billion, that is really good. And then you have Kate Spade and Stuart Weissman kind of like meet that level. This company is definitely undervalued. But I want to know what you think. You know, this is my first video back on Failsafe Wealth from like a 2-week hiatus, or this we could say. But I like to think I'll take a sabbatical and got my mind right. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about this video. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel. This is definitely the channel you want to be on, especially during these times. I'm going to come out with more videos, how to invest in a recession, all that good stuff. But definitely this is one stock that you could either double, triple, or like I said, in the best case scenario, 5 times your investment. So look into it, do your own research, tell me I'm wrong, or if I missed something, let me know. Let's communicate through this. But till the next time, let's get it, let's do it.